Should we just go to Watch This, Jerks? Is there much?
We can?
Yeah, let's just go right to that. Because I can segue nicely into another concert thing.
Okay, we don't have to do show feedback.
Yeah, I don't think there's much that we can comment on there, really.
All right, never mind.
Let's do, did you see Trainwreck? You must have seen this, Wombat. Trainwreck Woodstock 99?
The answer to your question is no. And the reason why it's no is
because you lived it.
No, I know the story. I actually I watched the first documentary that was on HBO Max about it.
Right.
And I know too much about it already where I don't need to be that depressed.
This one isn't that depressing. The way they frame it.
It's a pretty depressing event.
Yeah, for sure. But this one, I'll just say, like, it's 3 1-hour episodes or a little bit less. It moves quick. And it's, even though obviously it was a whole disaster, and I didn't find it depressing the way it was presented.
People died, and there was a lot of...
Did people die?
Yes.
They don't mention people dying. They mention the sexual assaults and rapes.
It's been a while since I
really?
saw
Let's
that.
see. Woodstock, because they don't mention that at all. And I was talking to Mrs. Cheapy about it, and it's like, yeah, 3 people. Only 3 people died 2 men died from heat stroke, and 1 woman was hit by a car as she left the festival. Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, they don't, I guess that, when I say it wasn't that dark and depressing, they don't even mention that.
Yeah, that's weird, because the HBO Max documentary, they actually read from the diary of one of the guys who died.
Oh, man.
And he writes about how excited he is for Woodstock 99, literally for months up to the concert, and then he dies there.
Right.
So it's like, I don't need to relive that other documentary that was too depressing.
That's interesting, though. They obviously made a decision to have a different tone on this one compared to the other one, because this was, despite the fact that, it was a disaster, it's pretty upbeat for the most part. I feel
like they sold a lot of albums. I think everybody had that album, right? When it came out, the double
right,
CD
that's
album.
That's right.
I know of it. I did not have it.
I didn't really like those bands, but
I think Woodstock 95 was better anyway.
95 or 92? Was there more than one?
Was there a 92? I thought it was 95 and 99.
I think it was 92, but I'm not sure.
92? I'm not good with years today, everybody.
Anyway, it's not depressing. Is it?
Okay.
So wait, Woodstock 99, that was the sequel to the sequel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the one that wasn't as good. I don't think the lineup.
Okay, so maybe that I didn't have that CD set. I had the first Woodstock.
94, maybe 94.
Yeah, 94 sounds right. If I think of the
was
album,
it 94? I said 95. Okay, I'll take it because it's closer. For some reason, my keyboard doesn't work and I can't look it up.
Ship, the concert you went to had 100,000 people, and Woodstock 99 had 250,000 people, and it was just like a sea of people with no barricades between any. It was just one big section of people, and that's it. No,
and a lot different band culture is right. Like this was
a lot of angst.
The one that I was at was like, hey, here's where all the middle-aged white people are at,
and they're drunk off whiskey,
right? And they're drunk and they're not violent. They're just
it was Woodstock 94.
Yeah,
was the first one. And that's the better one. That one actually was pretty good, which is why they wanted to do it again.
It didn't make money though. That one.
It didn't make money, but it was a good concert.
These guys wanted to make money. They didn't want to have working bathrooms. They wanted to make money.
They wanted to make money. They didn't want to have,
security.
a memorable concert that people
it was memorable.
Still talk about. Well, you know what I mean.
Anyway, check it out on Netflix. It's good. Despite the fact, just don't forget about the people that died. They don't even talk about that. We're not even sure about that. We started watching, we started not rewatching, but continuing to watch Sandman on Netflix.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Because, the diner episode, I don't know. I thought it was going to be more disturbing than it actually was.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was just
not as, it wasn't disturbing enough for your taste?
No. I mean, I'm not looking for disturbing, but I was afraid it was going to be etched in my mind forever as something dark and twisted, but it was just sort of predictable and just I don't know, sort of in keeping with the rest of the series, I guess. It's not super amazing or bad. It's just, I don't know. It was fine though. We'll finish that off.
Sounds good.
Also, we're still watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners on Netflix. Oh, we're very Netflix heavy. It's great. We're like 5 or 6 episodes in. Very violent, very stylistic. You don't need to watch. You don't need to know anything about the game, which is key. And that's all that we've been watching in this building.
I watched, it's on Hulu, Unstuck in Time. It's a Kurt Vonnegut documentary. Got a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, cheapy.
Okay.
He was my neighbor when I lived as a single guy in Manhattan.
In the 50s?
You were not in the
Lex?
Documentary.
I know. I used to see him in the supermarket. Him and Ginger from
just turning in the bottles.
Yes, returning bottles.
Yep, I saw him sitting on a stoop. He used to work by the office I worked at. He used to live.
I read a lot of his books because I lived in Ohio.
Nice. Was it interesting? The documentary?
It is very interesting. Yeah, like the interesting thing about it is it's done by Robert Weedy, the director from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
So he started making the documentary 33 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Or 33 years. It took him 33 years to make the documentary.
Okay.
So over that time, he became like a really good friend of Kurt Vonnegut to where he had to like switch up the entire documentary because he became part of it, right? Like he had to change up what he was going to do with it. And it took him 33 years to put it out, but it's really good.
Was he like a decent guy? Because I always was
Kurt Vonnegut?
Yeah,
he's a decent guy. Yeah, I mean, he had his divorces and personal troubles, but
sure.
Like as far as his morality and goodwill towards man, yes, decent guy.
Hey, you never know.
Extremely decent guy in that way.
Yeah.
But it was good. Mrs. Shipwreck watched it with me as well, and she has not read any Vonnegut, and she really enjoyed it.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's good. It's on Hulu.
I have Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I watched something else on Hulu, and I don't even remember what it is. I really didn't watch anything new. I really just watched like more She-Hulk, but I liked last week's episode with the lawsuit, the Titania lawsuit.
I'm having trouble getting Mrs. GB to continue with She-Hulk. She's trying to tap out, and I'm
too
like,
close to home.
Like, you can't yet. Don't quit yet. Don't quit on it yet. Come on, it's fun. It's short. You can't even complain about it because it's over before you even know it.
Yeah. And I watched more Rick and Morty. I'm caught up on that.
Nice.